What's up guys, the Merry Gamer here, and welcome back to the Jsano Fan Server. And today is one of those special sort of episodes, and if you don't know what I mean by special, you would have already told yourselves by, or known by the head of the title, and that is that we have been pranked yet again. It's not a massive prank. I got a message from the good old Fruit Flies. Fruit Flies messaged me saying, I think it was something like, you've sprung a leak or something. So I came on a while back to check this because I've been a bit busy recently. I haven't had a chance to record for a few days, and I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. And I saw this chest here, and it's got all carpet and torches in it. So I was like, okay, where did they came from? I looked to my right, and I think we've got a new water feature in our house. So let's go have a little look at this. He has completely, and when I say completely, he really has. He has flooded every room, upstairs, downstairs. Like, I actually don't think so. I came up here because I didn't check it, but I'm pretty sure he flooded all up here as well. You know, all up here is flooded. All down here. Oh, okay, he didn't flood this room. I have a guess he didn't flood it because he thought it was my spawn room. Okay. And that would just... Oh, wait, did he do the balcony? Yes, he did the balcony. He's done every room. Oh, I'm missing a door. Okay, I didn't realize I was missing a door. We've also got our cats just swimming, here. So yeah, this is what we're gonna do this episode. We're gonna clear all this out and not make it so flooded, and I'm just gonna talk for majority of the episode as well. I swear I was there. Let's just like clear some of this. Just trying to think. I just want to have a few blocks on me like this. And this is how I'll empty it, because I'm not going to use buckets, because buckets are going to take way too long. They can go there, there. That and that's everything I wanted. Maybe just like 2 more. Oh, screw it, we'll take that many because I have a feeling this is gonna take us a while. But anyway, guys, the thing I wanted to talk about is I recently set out a tweet saying that I have created myself a new intro, and I've actually finally created an outro for myself. We're gonna just do this in sections. So we'll do this. I'm not hearing any... Oh, I've turned all that down, I think. Hold on. Music sounds. I turned you off, and I turned blocks off. Yeah, there we go. So now... There we go. Now we can hear it. I need to save these cats so they don't die. But, yes, so I set out a tweet. Oh, this is going to be annoying to do, because they're going to be swimming everywhere. But yeah, I set out a tweet a few days ago saying that I made myself a new intro and finally an outro sort of thing. I need to get rid of you. And I was going to release them on my 100th episode on the Jsano Fan Server. And that's what I kind of want to talk about, is our 100th episode. Because it's coming a bit early, because as much as this episode is... Well, this episode is listed as a prank episode, and then the next episode will be listed as episode, whatchamacallit? It'll be 86. So when you look at it, and it's just like, okay, these cats, these guys just need to get outside. Like, come on. You really gonna be that annoying? Okay, well, what happened if I just do that? Will you, like, bounce up? Or I could just like leave you in that just for now. It's like it's your own little cat bath. But yes, what I wanted to talk about is that technically we've almost done episode 100, and you're probably thinking, well, hold on a second, you've only done 85. Friday's episode will be 86. Well, if you take and count all of the prank episodes. We are really, really close. I think with this prank episode included, I think we only need to do 2 more or 3 more episodes, and then we've done actually 100 episodes in total. That's including the Prank Wars stuff. And unfortunately, the way I structured this series is that I was keeping the Prank Wars as like a separate series, like that's not part of Jsano. And then I kind of realized, well, it is part of Jsano, and I wanted to incorporate them into the series by just putting them into the playlist. But I'd already done quite a couple of episodes, and for me to kind of rearrange all the thumbnails and everything, I literally had to redesign every thumbnail all the way back to the first ever prank done to us, I think, which was Ace, all that long time ago. Like, we're talking probably about 8, maybe 9 months ago. So it's quite a lot to kind of just sit here and go, yeah, I need to restructure a lot. So that's probably not gonna happen. Like, I don't really want to somehow redesign all my thumbnails, and the fact that I probably wouldn't even have the screenshots that I've used, because I clear my screenshots quite often. So yeah, I don't think I'll be able to do that. So when we actually hit the right number, we're gonna kind of celebrate our 100th episode, even though it's not really one. Like, for the actual 100, when you actually see the 100 on the thumbnail, we'll do something special for that. I do have something planned for that episode. But when we hit the technical 100, including the pranks, which is in the next few episodes, I'm gonna start incorporating my new intro and outro, just because it's about time we did a little fresh start for the channel. Almost kind of like a revamp. Like, I kind of enjoy that sort of stuff. It kind of gives the channel a bit more of a fresh look in a way, and we kind of need that. Like, I've been using the intro template that I put together that was made by Gold Solace, and I really do actually like that intro. I really like the song, but the only issue with using the intro that I use today at the moment is that a lot of other people use it as well. And I kind of wanted to make our channel more unique, a bit more special, so I kind of went out of my way and designed a new intro. And I was actually quite happy with it. It turned out really good. I'm really happy with the music choice. The music choice turned out really good, because I was really worried about intro music, you know, with the whole, well, you have to make sure you use royalty-free, non-copyrighted music, and there's these guys called non-copyright music or something, or like, it's a NCM or like NCL or something, like, I can't remember exactly what it was, but literally they were in Lamdrew's description. If you don't know who Lamdrew is, he's a member of Affinity, and they were in his description. I was like, okay, let's check their stuff out, and I ended up listening to their music whilst making the intro. I just set it like on playlist and just go. And I listened to it. Like, the intro took me a few hours to make. It took me about 18 to 24 hours to make overall, over the space of like I started like late one night and finished like just like mid-afternoon. And yeah, like, after hearing the song, I was like, you know what, that could work. I finished the intro, then tried to find music for it, and the song that I thought would work, I tested it on it, and it worked perfectly. So yeah, so I'm really looking forward to actually using it, and that's really all I have to say on that front, is just to let you guys know that we've got some new stuff coming. Now, there is some other stuff that I want to bring up, and that we haven't talked about yet, and that was still about my holiday. When we... what was it? Last episode, we talked about SeaWorld and that, and then I said in the Affinity episode I would talk about Dreamworld, and then the next Jsano would talk about Dreamworld and all that sort of stuff. But what ended up happening is that I had actually quite a few questions in Q&A. I even accidentally forgot one of you guys' questions. I remember seeing your comment, and I instantly was like, oh, bugger, I completely forgot your question. I actually don't need that there, because they won't flow through. But yeah, so I kind of ran out of time in that, because like I looked at the clock and I was like, you know, this episode's running into half an hour long. I probably should wrap it up, and I did forget your question, and I am sorry. But I did answer it in the comments, so hopefully that was good enough. But yes, so I want to kind of talk about more of the holiday, since we still have quite a bit of clearing of water to do, and I kind of want to get this done now instead of later, because if I do it later, I'll just ignore it. And we still have the basement to do, by the way. The basement is completely soaked. That's going to take us a little while. Where do we begin? Oh god, this actually... Oh yeah, this block has to stay there for now. Okay, we'll start out here. So yeah, Dream World. So last time we were talking about SeaWorld and how I thought SeaWorld was pretty good. It like the attractions they had there, ride-wise, wasn't much, but they still had some decent rides there. There was one that was shut down, which was a bit of a shame. But on to Dream World now. Dream World is like Warner Brothers, not Dream World, sorry. We're talking about Movie World. You got Warner Brothers Movie World. Now this place is a big part of, like, we always remembered when we were kids as like a really cool like theme park. It was really fun. It still was, like, it still had some great rides. It had this one ride called the Scooby-Doo ride, which is absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, it actually broke down whilst we were riding it, and we were like kind of sitting there for 10 minutes waiting for maintenance to happen. But it was that ride had been around since I think 2002 or something, or 2006 maybe, I don't know. It's like early 2000s is around, and it's still around today, and it's still one of the biggest attractions at Movie World today. It's a really long roller coaster, you know, like most roller coasters are over in a few, you know, maybe a minute and a half. This one is almost 5 minutes, so it's relatively good. It's actually really fun, and we were still really surprised that it was still there, and it was great to kind of relive a few memories by going on that ride. But besides that, the rides at Movie World were great. Like there was, what was it? I'm sorry that if I'm going to be clearing my throat a bit, I don't have a glass of water with me. I'm just going to clear my throat a bit better. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry about that. I really need to clear my throat, and I didn't want to be coughing continuously to clear it. So, yeah, they had a few other rides. One of them was the Green Lantern ride, and that one was really cool. It's actually one of the steepest angled rides in the world. It's, if you don't understand what I mean by that, it cranks up, and as it's approaching a drop, it has a curl. So it's not like your normal slanted drop. It has a bit more extra in it. And we're talking 120-degree angle. So what it does is that it actually curls around and actually kind of puts you at a bit of an upside-down angle before swooping down and dropping. So it was a really interesting ride. I've done something like that before when I was back in England at Thorpe Park, one of the rides called the Saw ride. But it was nowhere near as steep of an angle as that. And it might as well be the steepest angle in the world, because there is one roller coaster that has a steeper angle. Like this one had 120. The world's steepest has 121. So the actual angle difference you probably wouldn't even notice if you actually did it yourself. So yeah, that was a really cool ride to do, and there were still a few other cool ones. Like let's think for a second. We did the old Wild Wild West, and I'm talking like one of the old Wild Wild West films. That was just like a log plume ride, but that was still really fun. I'm trying to think of the other really good rides. There was one of them was down, which was the old Lethal Weapon ride that had been repainted to be like a Batman Gotham City ride. That was down for maintenance, unfortunately. And look at all that water go. So there we go. Alright, awesome. I was wondering if there was going to be a sore spot, but no. But yeah, so that was pretty good. The Green Lantern ride. It was a shame that Batman or Lethal Weapon ride was down. There was one ride that we didn't do, which was a Superman ride, which we kind of wanted to do, but then in the end, like, we just decided not to, because it was getting near the end of the day, and they had one, like, train compartment. It had, like, I don't know, like 6 sections that allowed to seat 4 people or something, but it was, like, running that once every, like, 20 minutes or so. So, it was taking ages for it to actually go around, and the wait was only half an hour, but that kind of, in our minds, was a bit of a lie because how frequent the ride was going. So we kind of just like shrugged it off and we were just like, yeah, you know what, let's just not bother because I don't really want to be waiting around a huge amount of time. But I'm trying to think of other rides that we did there. There was a few others. There was I'm having a bit of a memory blank because it is now practically like almost 2 weeks. Oh no, it's a week and a bit. There was like a few other rides that we did. There was this other sort of Justice League one, but that wasn't really nothing. That was kind of just like a move around sort of 3D movie sort of thing, where you get to shoot stuff. That was pretty cool and interactive, I guess. There was another. They had a few Batman like things. They had this other one which was like a detonator thing where it literally just cranks you up and then just drops you. And I've done them once before in my life, and I'm never doing one of them again. They're not, like, out of most of the rides, like, the two things I don't really like, well, the one thing I never really have liked in roller coasters is going backwards. I've never been a massive fan of it, although I have done it in the past. But the big one was the detonators, where it's just like the dead drop sort of stuff. I think they're just too much in a way. And they had one of them there. It wasn't actually as tall as the one at Dreamworld. We'll get on to the Dreamworld one. That one is insane. But that wasn't too bad of a ride, I guess, because it didn't go all the way up. It did go all the way up, but it didn't go all the way down. It like kind of went up, then when it fell, it kind of stopped itself halfway, cranked up a tiny bit more, dropped, cranked up, and dropped, and it kind of wasn't like the full experience. So I think that one might not have been too bad in a way when you think about it, because the one I did was literally just a crank up and drop, like all the way to the bottom sort of thing. There were other rides. I know there's like two others. I remember exactly what they look like, but I can't remember their names, which is bugging me. Let me think for a second. I can't think of the ride names, but they were really good as well. They were quite fun. But they also had shows there. They had quite a few shows there, which was they had a lot of street shows, and I think that's where the most disappointing part kind of happened at Movie World, was kind of the street shows and the main street itself, because when we were kids and when we last went there, which was, I'm talking, I think 2006 was the last time we went to the Gold Coast, was the last time we remember it, like the streets were full of it's Warner Brothers, so it has a great relation with DC and DC Comics, Batman and Green Lantern and all that sort of stuff, Justice League, and the street shops were full of figurines and collectibles and actual really good quality toys, and they were really, really good, and we were actually looking forward to that, because I myself, I don't mind a few collectibles here and there, and me and my brother were kind of looked at it and we were just like, you know what, it was shit, to be frank. The streets, shops were just full of clothes and just really shitty toys, and it was a bit of a shame that it was like that. And it kind of ruined the street sort of stuff, and the street parades weren't as great. But I think the reason why the street parades weren't as good is because I've been lucky enough to go to America. I've been lucky enough to go to Florida and see how how these big parades are done at Universal Studios and Disneyland and that, and then when you compare to what we had, it was very, very small, and you kind of just look at it and you go, yeah, it's nowhere near as good. And I think that kind of ran through our mind, I guess, when it came to the when it came to comparing the two. Oh, this is going to be annoying. I need to put you there, and then I need to get a block there. But yeah, so the parade wise, it was very disappointing. But the shop wise was really that was a bit sad that was like that, because the shop, there was no figurines. I think there was one shop that had actual figurines and collectible statues and stuff like that, which it used to be full. And like, I guess you kind of have to look at it, and it makes sense that they're not there anymore, because when you think about it, who's going to go there? And it costs you $90 already to gain entry to this theme park, and then to go ahead and spend like hundreds of dollars on figurines and collectible statues and that. I kind of get it. Not many people would do that. And so when you think as like a business point of view that a whole shop and area is dedicated, like the whole high street is dedicated to that sort of stuff, the amount of sales that they would have gotten in the past would have been very minimal, would be my opinion. So that's why I can see that they made that change. But it was just very unfortunate that they did, because it kind of, the high street, the main shops and everything, it was boring. It was poor. Like, there was nothing really there. God, I didn't realize he filled this area. God, fruit. Why? This is such like, it's a prank. Oh wait, I had water down there, didn't I? I had to. That might have blocked off my water. I don't know. Or may have connected. No, just connected. All right. Okay, but it took away a source block. That's okay. I can fix that. But yeah, it just kind of felt like it took away from the shop area, and like I myself, like I would have probably bought a few collector things as well, because like I have a few collector things as it is. Like I have a collector, like when it comes to like games and that, like I sometimes buy the special edition sort of pack. So especially if the pack has some sort of like collectible in there, like a medallion or like a figurine or something, because they're really cool, and they're one of a kind, because there's only a select amount of special editions that that they do. So that I normally do that. But besides the shops, and you take that out, it was pretty good. The rides were decent. They definitely were better in a form that what we thought they would be. Oh wait, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, so they were better than what we originally thought they were going to be. And the other thing I want to talk about is their shows. Their parade, as I said, was pretty... Oh, no, go on. Their parade was pretty poor, in my opinion. Their stunt show, though, they had a car and bike stunt show. Now, that was actually pretty decent. It was similar to the one that I saw in, I think it's Universal Studios that they did it in, that I saw that. But yeah, there was one at Universal Studios in Florida, and that was really, really good. And this one was similar. It was more bike focused. I think the Florida one was a bit more car focused in a way. Because the cars, they were just big V8 utes practically, so they couldn't really do too much but rev and, do drifts and stuff like that, which are alright. But, the big attraction for them obviously were the bikes, because they're more lightweight and you can do your tricks and, go off the ramps and stuff like that. But that was a very enjoyable, it was an enjoyable day. It was a good theme park. It was not as good as what we thought it was going to be. I think it's because we originally had the idea of what it was going, like, because we had our minds on how it used to look like in the past. But things change. You can't always have things stay the same. I just felt that the shops was where the main street is where it kind of was let down, in the fact that it was just full of all these like some of you may know what I mean, like when I say like shitty like clothes and stuff like that. It really is just like crap material, just not good stuff. Like like you pay a good amount of money to get in there, and you think maybe the shops would be decent, and they're not. So, but besides that, Dreamworld was still pretty good. Not Dreamworld, Movie World. I keep on getting them mixed up. But we still got a bit of time to talk about, so I might as well talk about Dreamworld as well whilst I'm here. Now, Dreamworld, that place was pretty cool. That had quite a lot going on for itself. I need to actually get more food, so that's why I'm heading down here. So, but yeah, Dreamworld had the most sort of rides. It even had some stuff in there that I didn't expect. It had quite a lot of like zoo area, a lot of animal interactions. Had like tigers and had like massive like a what do you call it, like a kangaroo area, and they had like a huge amount of wildlife there, which I wasn't really expecting for something that in my mind I thought was just a theme park. Like all that stuff was new when like when we last went there, that stuff wasn't there. So that was good to see that they had done some extensions, because compared to the other two parks, they really hadn't changed much, besides SeaWorld adding some rides and Dreamworld really, Movie World really not doing any more extra add-ons. It was good to see that one of them had at least, done some extensions. But Dreamworld definitely is the ride place. It has a lot of rides. It has this one called Tower of Terror 2, and this thing I didn't do myself because it is insane. It has this massive run up, and it's something like 400 foot tall, to give you an example. So what it is that you're in this car, like a little car, and it has this massive runway because it gets a lot of speed because it has to get to the top. It doesn't always get to the top. When we were there, it was only getting around about 2/3 up, but that's still over 200 foot. But what it would do is, and it has this massive runway and it shoots you up backwards in your cart. And so this thing must be going a few miles an hour, at least 60, maybe 80 miles an hour to move the weight, maybe more, just to move the weight of this little train that it's on, because it is a big, clunky metal thing, and you can hear it no matter where you are in the park. You can hear the roar of it going up, and you can hear it just like gliding across all the metal and all the tracks. And this thing shoots you up backwards, so it's like a massive runway, kind of like this room, and so like it's literally shooting you up backwards, and you go out, and then you go up this massive chute, like a massive dead 90-degree ramp. It literally has like a little angle so you can get up, and then it goes like 90-degree, and then it pushes you 90-degree backwards all the way up until literally gravity takes its effect and then drops you back down. And it's pretty impressive. But the one ride that like everyone like looks at that, but there is one ride that's very sneakily there, that is advertised there, but I didn't realize existed, and it apparently existed even when we first were there a long time ago, and that is right along next to it, along the main beam where the car goes up. It also has one of those dead drop rides, but they go right to the top. So we're talking here a 40-foot, not 40 foot, 400 foot drop. So this is like you're just sitting in the car, like a little like a long chair thing, probably with like 8 people or so, or like 10 people, and it goes all the way to the top and just drops. No stopping anywhere, just drops 400 foot dead straight, and it takes like 4 seconds or like 5 seconds to get to the bottom, and it is just insane. And I would not do that. Like, I looked at it, and like me and my brother were just like, nope, not doing it. We don't care. We're not doing that. But yeah, like that dead drop thing was just insane, and like it just put my little one that I did, like the one I did was relatively big. I think that one was like a, if I remember correctly, I think it was like 120 or 150 foot. So not even half the height of that, and I hated that thing. And here there is this massive 400 foot one. But that seemed to be like the main attraction. A lot of people went there, but there were a lot of good other rides. They had a few log plume rides, had like rapid rides. They had a lot of spin rides. They had this laser tag, which it was in there. That was quite fun. That was like the first thing we did. It was like this zombie infested, like you have 2 teams, and it's just team laser tag, and that was pretty fun to do because I haven't done a laser tag since I was probably like in year 4 or 5, so that was like really, really fun. They also had quite a lot of roller coasters. They had one called Cyclone, I think it was called. That one was similar to the Superman one. It was only had the one like train going, but it was a bit more frequent. We did wait for that one. We were in line for about 25 minutes to half an hour waiting for that one because it actually looked decent. Had a few loops, had quite a few dips. It went relatively fast. So that was really fun as well. And then they also had we'll go back to like the animals, and that they had like a lot of zoo sort of area. And the one really fun part about it that I saw is in one area that they had this thing where they were like, oh, you can get a photo with animals. You can get a photo with was it like a barn owl, a crocodile, another sort of owl. You had koalas, you had wombats, and I think you had something else that I can't remember what. I think you actually could get pictures with the tigers, but they weren't doing it that day either. I might need to dig all this out. But yeah, so when I saw that, I kind of choked because I myself, I've never actually held a koala. I've always wanted to actually hold a koala, and I ended up getting a photo with a koala, which was absolutely awesome. And actually did a wombat as well because they had like a deal where it only cost like $10 extra to get the photo with the wombat. And I'd never held one of them either, so me and my brother both did that. We both, like, we kind of were just like, you know what, let's just do it. Like, it looks cool, looks fun, let's do it. And yeah, that was a really cool thing to do. Like, I really didn't expect to have that sort of stuff at Dreamworld, and it kind of made my day to kind of have like a photo, or like just like to hold those animals because they were pretty cool. And the thing that surprised me though was the wombat, because the wombat I think was 15 months, and I think the koala was 16 months or something like that. But the wombat surprised me because of his weight. He was only a couple of months old, like we're talking just over a year old, and it was already like 7.5 or 7 kilos, and that was like ridiculous. Like, not like heavy, but like, for something that's small, like he wasn't a big guy. Like he was wrapped up in like a blanket because I don't know why they had him wrapped in a blanket. The koala they didn't wrap into anything, but they had the wombat wrapped. I have a guess it's probably because of his claws. I think his claws he has sharper claws than the koala. But yeah, like he had a ridiculous amount of weight to him, and it surprised me that he was that heavy for such a small little guy. And yeah, that was probably the best experience from Dreamworld. As much as like all the rides were great and that really made my day. There was something else that we wanted to do. There was this thing like a V8 supercar like simulator there, where you get to experience what it's like riding in a like a V8 supercar going at really fast speeds. But the disappointing thing about it was that you had to pay extra for it. So it was literally like a ride, but you had to pay extra for a ride when you already had to pay like $90 to enter the theme park. Because every theme park was $90, like that was the base price. We were lucky we got whatchamacallit, what was it, Movie World and SeaWorld in a bundle, but Dreamworld we couldn't because it's not owned by the same company. But yeah, that was the one thing that was a bit annoying, because I kind of wanted to do that because my dad was like, oh, he looked it up and it looked really good, but then when we realised that you had to pay extra for it, it was kind of shitty. I think it was actually $10 to sit in the passenger seat and $20 to sit in the driver's seat, even though the experience would have been probably exactly the same. The only difference is that you would have had a steering wheel and like pedals in front of you. So that was probably the only annoying thing, but they still had a decent amount of rides. Favorite one out of all the theme parks we went to, it would have to be out of that Cyclone one at Dreamworld and the Green Lantern one at Movie World, because them two were pretty fun and pretty cool to do. But I think that is all the water done. I'm pretty sure. I don't hear any more water, so I think we have cleared it all. We'll have a quick run around the base again just to double check, but I'm pretty sure we are done. Sorry about that. I had to mute the mic again. I was about to sneeze, but I couldn't. But yeah, so I think we cleared all the water, so I don't think so. Fruit has left us any more surprises. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed my holiday. It was quite fun, and it was just kind of a good break to get away from the coldness of Melbourne, because Melbourne isn't like as cold as England and London and all that sort of stuff, but it still is pretty cold here in Australia. It can be chilly sometimes. But let's just have a quick run around. I know we did in there, I know we did there, I know we've cleared down there, so let's just have a quick look up here, and then I think we are done. Oh yeah, we got this one block here, which you have happily gotten out of, so thank you very much. Alright, so now let's just have a quick look. We cleared all there. All in here is cleared. Oh yeah, I need to put all the carpets, but I'll do all that off camera because that's just tedious stuff. That's done. That's done. And that's done. So yeah, that's all the prank. It's taken me a while to clear it, and thank you very much, Fruit, for doing it. It was very interesting. It gave me more time to talk about a few of the other things as well that I needed to. But anyway, guys, look forward to actually doing the technical 100 episode, which is in the next few, where I'm going to release our new intro and outro and stuff. Going to try and get some more time to finish off some of this stuff. Next episode, I want to finish off this area, so I'm hoping by next episode I can have all like these trees here in the grass area all done, and maybe around up to here, just so I can kind of get an idea if I want to do any more trees here, because I need to kind of get an idea of structure, but I need to design some more trees because it's at the point where I'm kind of running out of patterns and ideas. I'm trying to keep them relatively small. I don't want them like as big as that or the big ass tree at the front, which I still need to do. That's probably going to be the last tree I do as in decoration wise, because the leaves on that is quite complicated. I need to do each stem separately and then merge it together, which is going to be a bit of a pain. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this episode, so I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all have an awesome day, and I will see you all in the next one. So, catch you later, guys.